Hi guys, it's your partner. How are you guys today? And guys, today I was just reflecting on something a good friend of mine said. I was just hang on there, guys. I just wanted to say to you, I got my watch box, and when I was in the Louis Vuitton store, I had to make a choice. Which box color did I get? And I tell you now, I was thinking about, do I go for they had a beautiful ellipse, which is a gray monogram with a gray interior. Do I go for that one? Or do I go for this monogram with the monogram with the red interior? And it was a difficult decision because I was thinking, what do I do? What's the best combo meal deal? And I decided to phone a friend. So I rang Ronnie from Vintage Watch Co. And I said, because Ronnie's a cool guy, really cool dude. I said, Ronnie, what do you think I should do? What would you do? What would you do? And I said, Ronnie, you're a cool guy. And he said, he thought about it. I sent him some photos. He said, I'd go for the grey. I said, Ronnie, I'm not cool enough for the ellipse grey monogram. I said, I'm just not cool enough. He said, that's the case, Arch. Go for the red. And I then went and saw Ronnie, and I got to tell you this. He's a very cool guy. What was he wearing? He wasn't wearing a platinum Daytona or a Panda. He was wearing a Oyster Perpetual with the red coral dial, the 41mm coral. And I was wearing my blue Milgauss, the Z blue, not to be confused with the bluesy, which is a two-tone. And I said, something, Ronnie? The coolest watch now to wear is not Daytonas, Pandas. It's not the Hot Hulk. It's actually a very simple, no-date steel Rolex. And I said, man, I'm wearing my Z Blue. I love the Z Blue. And he was wearing the coral. I said, man, that's just perfect. The Oyster Perpetual. I said, doesn't need bezel, it's just a classy piece. And I gotta be totally honest with you. What I'm finding is a lot of douchebags out there, they are going for the fancy-wancy. They want the platinum. They want the gold. They want, look at me. And you know what? I like to go for the discreet underdog type models. What am I wearing today? I'm wearing my Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso Grand Date. And it's timeless. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It just is. It just is. And that's the wonderful thing with it. It is just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And I got to say, sometimes in life you get so caught up. You get so caught up in, you want to have the flexing, the showing off. But the reality is it's mainly the douchebags who do this flexing. It's the douchebag. The douchebags. The douchebags are wearing the ridiculously ornate type watches. And I gotta tell you, I really just love a steel discreet watch. And that's the whole thing. I look at Ronnie. Ronnie's, I mean, he's a guy he's had some amazing watch. Very cool guy, Ronnie. I remember Ronnie had the 1815 Lange chronograph, beautiful. He had a 5070 Patek chronograph, manual wine, Lamania based. Ronnie's had some amazing, I remember he had a 5960, that's the steel annual calendar chronograph. Just cool, you know, just cool. It doesn't need to be ornate diamonds. It doesn't need to, you know, just the FU kind of watch, you know, just discreet and gorgeous. And it makes me realize, I gotta tell you this, it makes me realize that, you know, maybe this is the coolest part, is to just wear understated steel. I mean, Rolex understated steel watches is so cool. Just, you want it as simple as possible. That's kind of how you want to handle it. Simple as possible. And it doesn't need ornate. It doesn't need glitter and gloss and glamour. It doesn't need that stuff. And I got to tell you, with Ronnie himself there, that's the thing I admire most. It doesn't need hubris. It doesn't need hubris. It doesn't need to be flexing. What you find is the classiest watches are the discreet, just stunning. You know, it's very uncool to say you are cool. You just are cool. And I remember years ago when they released Leyland released the Morris Marina. And they said, it is beautiful. Brains and brawn. And what were they talking about? A lady you met at the pub, the boozer? Or was this a motor car? And it was one of the most ugliest cars you'll ever see, the Morris Marina. And they were driving it around the beach. I mean, God only knows these cars would have been rusted out in months. And you don't need to say a car is, something is beautiful. It just is. It's like a Ferrari Dino. You don't need to say, oh, it's a beautiful Italian. No, it just is. It just is. And this is the whole thing. So many people try too hard. They try too hard. They push, they squeeze, they push, they try and squeeze everything out of it. And the reality is, slow down. Slow down. Slow down. That's what you got to do. Slow down. Back the truck up. Beep, 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 beep. Back the truck up. Discreet. What you find is that in honestly, the best is just the discreet and the ease. That's the coolest. Just the discreet and simple. You don't want extra stuff there. So I got to tell you, so many people are trying to flex. They got the diamonds, they're flashing. I mean, in this world, free enterprise capitalist world, you can get finance, you can buy fancy wancy things. It doesn't make you cool. What makes you cool is simple and moderation. I mean, yes, you need to have a Rolex. I mean, let's be honest. A cheap Seiko or a Casio can never really be cool. But you get a Rolex, simple, not in precious metal or with diamonds, and just simple, discreet, beautiful. That's what you want. Absolutely beautiful. And that is exactly what I would say. Just keep it discreet. So, guys, if you want to be cool, don't worry about flexing the diamonds and the precious metal, platinum, gold. Just go with discreet. That is the classiest way you can do this. I'm Archie Luxury. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. See you later. Hi guys, Archie Luxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey guys, Archie Luxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.